The Galactic Coalition Emergency Summit was in its 14th hour. Ambassador Torres of Earth sat at the negotiation table, eyes bloodshot, posture rigid with exhaustion. The Confederation wanted mineral rights. The Krellian Empire wanted trade routes. Everyone wanted something. Torres just wanted her coffee. The diplomatic aide, a helpful Vexian named Kileth, noticed the human's beverage sitting unattended during a brief recess. The dark liquid had been sitting for 30 minutes. Surely it was refuse. He poured it down the waste disposal. When Torres returned and saw her empty cup, she went perfectly still. "Where," she said quietly, "is my coffee?" "I disposed of it, Ambassador," Kileth said proudly. "It appeared to be waste. I brought you fresh water and you threw away my coffee." The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Every human in the delegation straightened in their chairs. "It was just a beverage?" Kileth's translator struggled with Torres's tone. "Just a beverage?" Torres stood slowly. "That was the last of my personal supply. Imported from Colombia. Single-origin beans. Medium roast. The only thing keeping me functional through this bureaucratic nightmare. I can replicate a similar. You can't replicate this." Torres's voice was deadly calm. "You know what humans run on, Kileth? Not your energy supplements or nutrient paste. Coffee. We run on coffee, spite, and the fading hope that someone, somewhere, understands basic diplomatic courtesy." The Confederation representative cleared his throat. "Ambassador, surely this is an overreaction to touch a human's coffee," Torres interrupted, addressing the entire chamber. "And you've declared war. Not the shooting kind. The worst kind. The kind where we smile and nod, and then make your life systematically miserable through every bureaucratic channel available." She turned back to Kileth. "That coffee was keeping my prefrontal cortex functional. Now I'm running on caffeine withdrawal and 14 hours of listening to the Krellian Empire explain why they deserve 3-star systems for historical reasons." The Krellian ambassador shifted uncomfortably. "So here's what's going to happen," Torres continued. "Someone is going to find me coffee, real coffee, not synthetic garbage, in the next 20 minutes. Or I'm vetoing every single proposal on today's agenda out of principle." That's diplomatic hostage-taking," someone protested. "Call what you want." Torres sat down. 18 minutes now. The chamber erupted into chaos. Aid scrambled. Communications flew across the station. Someone found a human merchant ship 3 sectors away and offered hazard pay for emergency FTL delivery. 16 minutes later, a breathless aide arrived with a thermos of actual Earth coffee. Torres took one sip. Her expression softened. "Acceptable." The negotiations resumed. Torres approved 6 proposals she'd been blocking for hours. Later, the Galactic Diplomatic Handbook received an urgent amendment. Article 847, Section 3, Human Biological Requirements. Human cognitive function is heavily dependent on a stimulant beverage called coffee. Interfering with a human's access to coffee is considered a hostile act and will result in immediate deterioration of diplomatic relations. Under no circumstances should coffee be disposed of, contaminated, or replaced with alternatives without explicit human consent. Subsection A. If a human states they haven't had their coffee yet, postpone all critical negotiations. Attempting to proceed will result in outcomes detrimental to all parties. Subsection B. In emergency, Kileth, the aide who triggered the incident, was reassigned to a remote observation post. Not as punishment, but for his own safety. Because he'd learned what the galaxy already knew. Humans could survive in hard vacuum for 30 seconds. They could endure extreme temperatures. They could adapt to almost any environment. But mess with their coffee? That's when they became truly dangerous. Diplomatic Incident Report #4729. Human ambassador